Hey there, it's coming up on Easter, and I wasn't sure what I was going to make, but a friend of mine came knocking on the door carrying these farm fresh eggs from a friend of hers that has chickens. And I had some ham left over from the pizza I made last week that was in the freezer, and some Gruyere and Emmentaler cheeses, and then I bought some asparagus. I had a pie crust in the freezer, so it's going to be ham and asparagus quiche time. Let's do it. We have our ham cubes that we used on our pizza last Friday, and I want to chop them up smaller so they're going into the food processor. We're just going to not chop them up too small, but just smaller than they are now. I think that'll be a good size. Now let's build our quiche. But before we do, I have these asparagus spears that I broke the real woody ends off of, and I put them in the microwave for a couple of minutes just to soften them up. So I'm going to cut them into pieces, and that'll be a nice little... The end pieces should be smaller. I shouldn't be using this knife, but it was the only one sitting here. Very unprofessional of me. And let's keep the tops sort of big, like that. All cut up and mixed up, and now we can build it. We're going to spray a pie pan with some nonstick cooking spray so our slices come out nicely. And then we're going to roll out our crust and press it into our pie pan. I want these edges to overhang, which they are doing. We'll deal with those after we have filled our crust. Press it into the sides real well. We're preheating the oven to 350 degrees. And now we're going to fill her up. First ham. Might not be using all of this. Maybe I'll make some chopped ham and pickle sandwich out of the rest of it. I think that'll be plenty. Kelly's drooling over here. She wants the rest of it. And she sounds like she's gonna bark. So then we're gonna, maybe we're not gonna use all this asparagus either, but in we go. I think we will. I'm gonna fill this guy right up. It's gonna be colorful and yummy. Before we put our cheese on, we're gonna season this guy with some salt and pepper. A lot of people put the seasonings in the eggs, but then they all sink to the bottom. So I like to do it this way. And my secret quiche ingredient, nutmeg. Just a little pinch to give a little something, something. And now for our cheese. Like I said, this is a mixture of Emmentaler and Gruyere, which are both Swisse-ish. And we're gonna spread that all around. Okay, all filled up. Now we're ready for our eggs. My usual ratio for quiche is 1 egg for every ½ cup of liquid. So ordinarily I would use 4 eggs and 2 cups of liquid, half and half. But because these fresh eggs are smaller than regular large eggs, I'm gonna throw in an extra egg. The eggs might be smaller, but these yolks are huge, enormous. Our eggs in half and half are all mixed together, and as you can see, there are no dark yellow streaks, and that means it's well mixed. And because this quiche is super full, I'm gonna put small amounts of our egg and milk mixture in at a time to keep it from overflowing. And there goes one. Okay, I've put this on a baking sheet. This baking sheet is hot because it was in the oven. I left it in there the last time I made a pizza. And we're gonna press this down to make sure this cheese is covered. Quiche very often leaks out. And I gotta do something with these edges. So let's see what we're gonna do. I've decided that crimping is a good idea. So we're just gonna use our thumbs and our forefingers and pinch and go all the way around. This guy's overhanging a little extra, so we're gonna Have extra crimpage on this side. Okay, we're ready to go in. I would pick it up and show you, but as you can see, it's very close to the edge. So we're going in, and that's why I put extra parchment on this to make sure that we don't make too much of a mess while she's cooking. But it's probably gonna take about an hour, and then we'll see how it comes out. And next thing we gotta do is pick up a bottle of champagne so we can have mimosas with this. Our Easter ham and asparagus quiche is out of the oven, beautifully browned, done. And when you take it out, if there's no jiggle, that means it's done. And we do have to let it set for a little while before we slice it and serve it. Looking forward to it. Here it is on a plate, ready to eat. It's our Easter ham and asparagus brunch quiche. And I'm gonna try to show you what the inside looks like. There it is. And it's really wet. I don't think I waited long enough to slice it, but it's still warm. So we're gonna eat it real soon. Thank you for joining me while I played with my gift of farm fresh eggs and some other stuff that I had on hand and asparagus that I bought. Here is our quiche. It's kind of sloppy, but it's gonna be really good. So we're going in. So yummy. And by the time that sets up for tomorrow, which will be Easter, and I'll be eating it then, it's gonna be drier and cut better, and it will taste really good with that mimosa. And of course, that's after church. And I hope you all have a very happy Easter, and we'll see you again soon.